Good day. Today I will show you how to install an operating system using a virtual machine like VirtualBox. This installation process is actually very helpful if you would like to try an operating system, how it behaves without actually installing directly to your PC, but we will be using a virtual machine instead. So to start with, we have we need to install two virtual machine, which is one of the most common virtual machine is from Oracle VirtualBox. So first you need to install the virtual machine of the VirtualBox software from Oracle's website. You just have to visit this website, www.virtualbox.org/wiki/downloads, and then you have to select here, which will be depending on your operating system. So here we have, I would select Windows host. As you can see, it will download a VirtualBox for version 7.0.2 for Windows. So I won't be downloading that because I have already downloaded the software. So once you have downloaded the software, all you need to do is run the software and try to in order to install the software. So you need to run it. So all you need to do is just follow all the steps. So I don't have to do here because I've already installed this, but that's very easy to install. You just have to click everything, click next, and it will install the Oracle VirtualBox. So once you install the VirtualBox, so I'll just cancel that. So once you install the VirtualBox, so here it is, Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. So as you can see, I have already some OS installed here using Kali Linux. This 2021 version is actually a very good software for penetration testing. But what we want to install, or what I want to install, or it depends on what you want to install. But here, as a demo, we will be installing a Linux distro called Ubuntu Desktop. So I think some of you may not have been familiar with a Linux distribution. So Ubuntu is just one of those operating system, which is Linux based. So we will try to install Ubuntu Desktop on our virtual machine. So in order to install the operating system, you need to go to this link here. It says ubuntu.com/download/desktop for the desktop version, and all you need to do is just click download. So once again, I have already installed the operating system. So I have the ISO here, the Ubuntu 22.04.1 desktop version, which is for a 64-bit operating system. So once we have downloaded the ISO, all we need to do is configure our operating system for installation. So here in the Oracle Virtual Machine, or the Oracle VirtualBox, first we will have click the new here, which means that we will have a new virtual machine. Then you have to type in your preferred name. So I have here Ubuntu long-term LTS. So this VM or virtual machine will be saved on this folder here. Then we will select the ISO. So all I have to do is select here in my under my downloads folder the image, ISO image for Ubuntu, and then here it says here detected OS type Ubuntu 64 bits. So it's also here this can be installed unattendedly, and install restart after this wizard is closed. So in order to do that, first, if we want to have a guest unattended guest OS install setup, so all we need to do is to specify our username and password. So all you have to do is you just have to change this username. For example, here I'm using James, my name here, and then for the password, I just put here creative for the password. Then I will also have the guest additions ISO for VirtualBox. So then we have to click next, and here we will try to allocate the base memory or the RAM. So all you have to as long as it is in green, that's okay. So here I'll just set it to a 2 gig memory or 2 gig RAM. I have an 8 gig RAM, so I'll allocate 2 gig RAM for this operating system for this virtual machine. And for the processors, I have an 8 core processor, so I'll just set it to 2. So and that's it. I'll just a 2 gig RAM and a dual core processor. And then here we have to allocate also how much disk does our OS needs, or how much storage space. So here I have set it to, I'm okay with this 25 gig. So you have the option here if you want to pre-allocate to full size, meaning if you click this, the virtual machine will instantly allocate 25 gig of storage space. But if you don't click it, the virtual machine will have it set to the minimum, and then once you have files, it will expand until it will reach the limit of 25 gig. So I'll just have it. The advantage would be to pre-allocate to full size because it will be slightly faster. But for now, we will just be using a 25 gig storage space. Okay, once that is done, we will have to review our machine name is Ubuntu LTS as we have said earlier. Then we have unattended installation. Then we have a base memory of 2 gig with 2 processors. So we did not enable AFI. So our disk will be a 25 gig disk. That would be its maximum storage space. And then, alright, we'll just have to click finish. So once you click finish, the virtual machine, as it says here, powering up the virtual machine. So we will just have to wait. Okay. Okay, so it's booting now. So since we have clicked unattended installation using the guest OS unattended installation, so the virtual machine will now try to install our operating system. So we'll just leave it until it will install our operating system. So we'll just have to wait. So we don't have to manually install or um, put in the credentials, for example, or how much disk space, because we have already set everything. So all we have to do now is to wait. So as of now, the virtual machine is trying to install our Ubuntu operating system on our virtual machine. So we'll just have to wait for the installation um, to process completely. So if you notice, we already have a user in this installation. That because we have set it up earlier during our setting up our virtual machine. We have already set the username and password. So all we have to do in order to log in is to enter our password. So click on the username and type in the password we have set earlier, creative, and let's see, enter. There you go, and that's it. So we already have successfully um, installed our um, Ubuntu operating system here in our virtual machine. So all we have to do is no. So it says here you can use software to install apps that you like. So we can have open software and then choose from the many applications that our operating system has. So far these are the operating system, I mean the default application that was already installed, like this Office Suite. As I mentioned earlier, the equivalent for the Microsoft Office Suite. So unfortunately, I don't have a internet right now, so we cannot download. So I just have need to go to display settings, so we can have change the resolution. So let me just change it to a 16 by 9 resolution and click apply, and that's it. So we already have an almost full screen operating system by just changing the resolution of our operating system. So Okay, as mentioned earlier, it already has a browser installed, a mail software, the Thunderbird, and there's the file explorer, the music player, and the office suites like this LibreOffice Writer, which is, as I mentioned earlier, is an equivalent software for Microsoft Office. So that's it. So we now have our operating system installed in our virtual machine. So, and that ends my tutorial on how to install a virtual machine, an operating system in a virtual machine. So all we need to do, we can have it close. So we can power off the machine or save the machine state. If you have some programs loaded, you can save it just like sleep, or we can power off the machine or shut it down. So we need to power off the machine. Alright, so in order for you to, we have already installed our Ubuntu operating system in our virtual machine. All you need to do is to select an OS and then click start here, and then it will be automatically be loaded your operating system into our virtual machine. So that ends my tutorial. Thank you very much.